Laissez le bon temps rouler. That means let the good times roll, and we're gonna make some pralines. So I know a lot of you call them pralines. We call them pralines from down home. I am going to show you how to do these. This is a quick and easy recipe. It's made with Jim Beam, so you will use some alcohol in it, but it will burn off, trust me. We're gonna start off by putting our ingredients in here. And so I have a Dutch oven, and we're gonna get the fire going. Very simple. This is probably one of the easier recipes that I've ever used. You start off with 2 cups of granulated sugar. And some recipes use other kinds of sugar. We use granulated here. Then we're gonna add Caro syrup. This is Caro syrup right here, boom. And we're gonna add Caro syrup. To make it easier to get out, you should always spray your measuring cup with some spray, like Pam or something like that. It'll help you get the Caro syrup out of your measuring cup. The next thing we're gonna put in there is 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. So that goes right in there. The next thing is 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter. So that's gonna go right in there. And the next thing is gonna be 6 tablespoons of milk. So, but I am going to kick it up a little bit, and I'm going to use half and half in here. Now, it's a very thick consistency. I'll show you real quick. Can you see that? I'm going to put this back over the fire. I'm going to stir it just to get it all integrated and mixed up. Now, the key to this recipe is to not have your fire on high, and to also have one of these little thermometers. Because if you don't have that, you're not going to be able to gauge when to take it off. I know in the olden days, we used to do the softball stage and everything else. And I found that not to be successful for me all the time. So we've got that right here. And now here's the trick. You take your thermometer and you put it in your pan, just like that. And we are going to wait. We don't stir it. We're gonna wait till it gets to 235 degrees. And then we're gonna do the rest of the stuff. So we'll come back when it reaches temperature. It shouldn't take too long to reach temperature. So we'll be back with this. Okay, we're back. We're closing in on 200 right now. So I'm gonna tell you what I've got ready. I have a sheet pan with a silpat, and that's ready to go. You can also use wax paper or parchment, but I find the silpat's just easier for me. I've got 2 cups of pecans. They're fresh pecans. And I also have 1/4 cup of Jim Beam. And so we're gonna carefully move that over. Now, I have not stirred this at all, and we are there. So what I'm gonna do is get my pot holder, and you have to work quickly with this, because if you don't, it will seize up on you. So we are good to go with this. We're gonna take the thermometer out, put it on the side over here. We are going to add the pecans, and then quickly add the Jim Beam. So here we go with the pecans, and here we go with the Jim Beam. All right, careful, careful, careful. Don't lose any of that. And we stir it up. Now, we turn this off. And we stir it very quickly. And while we're stirring it, we watch for it to thicken up, which it's doing. Okay, so these pralines are creamy, they're rich, and they are wonderful. So they will harden up, and you'll see the consistency of this syrup starting to thicken. It is just an old-time syrup type of thing they used to do down in the French Quarter, where they would stir this and stir it and stir it, and then you knew when it was time to get it out. I've tried microwave recipes, and if the weather's a little funky today because it was hot, now it's turned cold. So I don't like to make any type of candy when the weather fluctuates like this. All right, it is getting thicker. we go. So there's a certain point you got to watch. We let it, to get it up to 235, we let it go for about 4.5 minutes. So this is not ready yet, but it's getting there. I used whole pecans too. I didn't use the pieces. A lot of people use the bits and pieces, and I think the whole pecans really do better. I'm gonna get that little measuring cup here because pretty soon we're gonna start. And I'm gonna use about 1/4 of a cup to do each praline. So it's not gonna be that much though because you've got those big pieces of pecans in there. So we're still stirring. And let's see if you can see this, the thickness of it. That's what it looks like right now. We're still going though, so just keep stirring to integrate those ingredients. So there we go. I hope everybody has a wonderful Valentine's Day and a great Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is February 26th this year. And I'm sorry, not February 26th, March 4th. I'm gonna have a Mardi Gras party on February 26th. So we're almost there. You can see the glossiness and the creaminess of these. Now what I'm gonna do with these after I finish with them, I'm gonna put them on the side, let them firm up, and then I am going to seal each one separately. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off of the video, and I'll come back because I might have to stir a few more minutes. All right, we're back. We've stirred these for about 3.5 more minutes, and I am taking them out and I'm laying them basically here on the silpat. And you just scoop up a little bit. You don't have to take a full 1/4 cup, but you just go ahead and put them in here and you kind of spread it out a little bit. There we go. Oh, these smell beautiful. There we go. Like I said, you got to work quickly because it will start to get up. It'll start to harden up, which will make it harder to spread out on your sheet pan. Now you can lessen the amount of pecans you have. You can do this recipe also with peanuts. You can do it with walnuts. I've never tried almond pralines, but I'm sure you could do it. You could also, at the end of it, drizzle a little chocolate on top while they're still warm, and then you can go ahead and serve those. As soon as the chocolate heats up, you can serve those too. And let's get this here. And so I've got to get another silpat out, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what they look like on this pan. Just like that. And we'll be back. So I wanted to show you these beautiful pralines. Nice and creamy. You could probably take it a little bit darker if you wanted to. They're great. So anyway, we've got, let's see, how many did we get off? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So about 22 off of this batch. So anyway, give it a try and enjoy. Happy Mardi Gras. Happy Valentine's Day. Laissez le bon temps rouler.